Hey, good morning. I haven't made breakfast in a while, and it's not because of anything you might think. I haven't been lazy. I haven't been not wanting to make breakfast. But my mom had a flood in her house on Thanksgiving Eve, and because of that, I have my trusty skillet here that is in many of my videos, and she needed something to cook with. She had a flood in her house, and it flooded her kitchen, her hallways, two of her bedrooms, and the entire basement. And so on Thanksgiving Day, this company came in and they began the process of removing her kitchen and emptying the house out so they could make repairs. So my mom had nothing. She had a microwave, and my niece brought her a refrigerator, a little one like we'd have in the truck, and I gave her my electric skillet to use, and she had some problems with the contractor that he wanted the money, but he didn't want to do the work, and he tied her up until, what's this? She just finished her kitchen last month. It's August, so it's September now. So I'm going to say the beginning of August. So for 9 months, basically, she didn't have a kitchen because this guy, didn't want to get the work done. But anyway, that's here nor there. Water over the dam. She's got a beautiful kitchen. I'll put a picture right here, maybe, or right here. And anyway, that's all done and said. So, or said and done, whatever. This morning I'm not going to make anything fancy. I'm going to, we'll get that heating, break out the olive oil. Ooh, let me get my cool rays, see what temperature we're on. We may be on, 400. That's a bit much. I'm going to drop her down to about 240. Make sure we don't have any little crummies in here. I don't see anything. Get a little crazy with the oil. Let me put this down as usual. You know what I didn't get out, and I'm not sure where it is. Got to have my spatula. And we'll go with the large. Actually took my plates out and forgot to put them back before I started shooting. So, I'm out of luck. Here's my Loves. This has all the locations of Loves throughout the country. I love to keep them around because that's a red roof end guide. They balance out my pan. I don't know if I'm going to try and shoot that. I'll bring it back some, but they balance out the oil in my pan so that I can look at the oil in the bottom of the pan and determine whether it's level or not, and everybody wants their pan to be level, so pretty good is good enough, eh? Hope you guys checked out my sweeping y'all's trailer out video. That's important stuff. Man, I got stuff everywhere back here. Okay, I think I'm getting ready. What I'm gonna make is some bird's eye. Well, I don't want to spoil the product. I'm gonna make some broccoli florets. Let's measure them out there. That's about right. Chickens over here. And Brussels sprouts. Now that's an odd combination for breakfast, but I really like Brussels sprouts. I'm probably making so much noise you can't hear me. Give me a second. Yeah. Let's measure these out. Beautiful. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. got Brussels sprouts and broccoli florets in my Waffle House cup. And I think we can bump this up a little bit now. We'll go up. I have to keep my cord away from my plate. So anyways, we'll heat these up a little bit. They're froze solid. I just took them out of the freezer. So that's going to take a minute. While I'm doing that, I'll drink my Yakult. Yakult is probiotics, cultures and stuff. It's good for your gut health. It's supposed to be. There's a lot of sugar in this one. Most of them are loaded with sugar and flavored, and when you get the flavored, the purpose of the cultures, putting the cultures into your digestive system, is because you eat too much sugar. But they put sugar in the Yakult. Go figure that one out. Arr, down the hatch, man. Serious good stuff. I'll put some, I don't know if I'm going to put salt and pepper on these or not. I think I'll make weight. We'll slap that on for a minute. I always have to wait until I can see the steam coming out to know whether it's open or closed. My coffee's getting a little cool. I had to do a setup, get my stuff set up. I have so much stuff in this shot. I feel bad about it. Didn't get the jumbos this week. It's been hard to find the large eggs, extra large. I don't like the large, they're too small. Extra large is perfect, but they didn't have extra large last week. All they had was the jumbos. So for the last actually 2 weeks I've been getting the jumbos. I cooked them. I guess we're killing time here. I have this. It's a aroma rice cooker. And man, this thing, if you look at it, it's taken a beating. I keep forgetting the joys of being old, or getting old. I'm not old yet, I'm pretty old. But I keep forgetting, I'll get in my refrigerator and I'll forget to put my rice cooker back. I have a sleeping bag that's up top right now, and I'm not going to show you up top. It's a lot of stuff up there. But anyway, I store those right in front of my refrigerator, and it keeps the door from flying open. So my rice cooker goes right here over this ledge, and I keep forgetting to put it in there. So I'll be driving down the road, and all of a sudden it'll sound like a bomb going off, and I'll look back there and my rice cooker's all laying on the floor, all with a new dent in it. So now it doesn't even stand up straight. I shove chopsticks under the bottom to get it to set level, but it seems to, it still keeps working. But it's got a timer on it. And another plug for my buddy David Cowdery out in Washington State. I was filling my rice cooker up and then boiling eggs in water, and it was taking forever, and just a waste of a lot of water, because it'd take a quart of water to get the eggs underwater. And so he told me about steaming my eggs, and instead of boiling them in water, I just put like this much water in the bottom of my rice cooker, and it's got a steam. That's a pretty nice rice cooker there, but it's got a steam setting on it where you can steam vegetables for 5 minutes. It's got my little basket. Here's one with an onion in it. I bought multiple rice cookers over the years, but it comes with this little basket in it, and so I put the eggs the eggs in a basket, and I can get 7 of them in there, depending on the size. Sometimes I can get 8 in there, but anyways, I hard boil my eggs by steaming them in my rice cooker. All right, we're getting a little noise here. and put my eye protection on. See, I still haven't determined when the heat's coming out. Oh well. Oh yeah. Making progress. Oh, if you could smell it, it smells like broccoli and Brussels sprouts. Oh. I'm getting splattered with steaming hot olive oil. Okay, let's mobilize this. My phone's going off on me. Come on, baby. I should have got my knife out. Actually, I will. See if I can find it blindly. Going just by feel. A little more functional than cutting them with a spatula. Probably should turn the camera down a little bit so you can see just a skosh better into the pan. That, you go to the store and you buy, they have broccoli florets and they have broccoli cuts. This is a broccoli cut. It's after they trim off the florets for the rich folks. They leave the stems for everybody else. So you want to look for broccoli florets. I mean, the cuts, sometimes you get some florets with them, but basically what it is a byproduct of making broccoli florets. And instead of just throwing them out or feeding them to cattle, they thought, wow, people are stupid enough to buy these things. So, that hot grease flying, baby. Come on. That was still a little bit froze. I think what I got to do is start spearing them straight down. I'm cutting across my fork. I just doubled my Brussels sprout count. Now I'm up to 20 bites of Brussels sprouts instead of 10. Getting a little burn on the sides, and just a little burn is what you want. We used to have our Sunday dinners. My mom had this, I don't know if it's a Miracle Maid or it's a big electric skillet. And I'd have one in the truck because, I mean, you can make pancakes in it or anything that you got to make on a griddle, you can make in this thing. It's huge. And she used to every Sunday morning get a big old roast and throw it in this thing and then put potatoes and carrots and onions all around it. And she'd turn that on and put a bunch of water in there. And then we'd go to church, and about 2 or 3 hours later, we'd come home and this thing would be cooked to perfection. The water would be down to, you know, just some goo in the bottom that she'd make gravy out of that was out of this world. But the meat, because hadn't been flipped, the carrots, the potatoes, the onions, everything was a little bit burned on the bottom. But it tasted so good to have just that little bit of burn. And maybe I'll make a video with featuring one of those pans, because I've gone on eBay years ago. I went on eBay and I found one just like my mom's, and so maybe I'll make something in that in a future video. Okay, I should just keep these on, but my other ones are up on the dash, and I'm kind of hoping the truck doesn't catch on fire or anything because I'll be trapped. I got a little bit of oil left in the bottom. I think I am gonna drop this down just a little bit so you guys can see what's going on in the pan a little better. What I don't have is any Parmesan cheese. So alrighty, that's looking quite colorful. Alright, time for some eggs. And I think I could juggle eggs, but I'd just soon not juggle soft ones. And I gotta do that. I don't know whether to put a little more oil in there or not, man. I like olive oil. And if you get a little extra, it's not really that big of a deal if you can handle the oily consistency of overly oiled food. I got my garbage down between my feet, so don't think I'm just dropping stuff on the floor there. Come on, baby. Oh, doesn't want to go. There we go. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I hate getting eggshells in my eggs. Hey, a double yolker, I think. Yeah, it doesn't matter because I'm not going to be having yolks here. I'm going to be having scrambles. Okay. Yeah, put these back in. Now, you can't see it because it's been bouncing around. You can't see it good. Sliding around in the truck, but I'm going to put a little, whoa, too much garlic salt on these. That's alright though, I'm out here by myself. I have a mask on, and my pepper came out good too. So it really doesn't matter. Another thing I don't have today is cheese. But I didn't know I was going to be making a video. I don't know that the cheese, other than making it wonderful, does all that much for you. It's probably not good for you. How's my shot looking? I'm looking at my phone, doubles as my monitor. Oh, it's beautiful. I should have burned those veggies just a little more before I threw the eggs in. Because now they're, once the eggs are in, the burning process is over. Just kind of got to spread these around. Get them on the, get them to cook. It's a beautiful morning. This morning I'm in Clyde, Ohio. I'm on Interstate 80. It's the Ohio Turnpike, and I spent the night last night in a service plaza on the Ohio Turnpike, if you're familiar with them. They're pretty cool. They rebuilt them. The last I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, the Ohio Turnpike was owned by a company from Russia, but I'm pretty sure it is true. They bought it and made improvements on it. Believe me, big improvements. They have really nice showers now. They used to have these trucker showers, and actually I shot video on a look into the showers on the service plazas of the Ohio Turnpike. I went into this one year just to see what was in there when I first started driving. We're talking, I've been driving 31 years. Actually, August 28th, 1988, I started driving, so it was last week. I guess I missed it. Friday would have been my 31st year of driving. It's 32 years ago, but I worked I got away from trucking for a year, and then I got back into it again. So 31 years of driving in a 32-year period. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do with this pan, because it's hotter than fire. This pan, I've talked about it in other videos, is it's a two-piece pan. It has an inner skin, which is, you can see right here, and then an outer skin. I'll show you that in a second. I mean, if you looked at it and I didn't tell you it had an inner and an outer skin, you wouldn't know it. You would just assume that it's a pan because you're really not looking for that. But this pan is full of oil, and it has heating elements in the oil that heat the oil up, and then supposedly it makes a more even heating surface, so it'll heat up the sides as much as it does on the bottom. And I don't think that is as efficient probably as it was when it was brand new, or the theory was better than the actuality. But anyway, this pan, when you shut it off, I could have shut it off before I did the eggs, and it still would have stayed hot enough to cook the eggs with the pan unplugged, not even heated up. Well, we gotta find a place for everything. Let me get this out of the way. All my veggies are thawing out. I have to refreeze them, but I think they're okay. So, anywho, let's set that there for right now. The presentation. It's a wonderful thing. Some of you are saying, why would you eat Brussels sprouts for breakfast? And I say, look at them. Brussels sprouts are really good, especially if you cook them in olive oil with garlic salt and you burn them a little bit in your frying pan. And let me see if I can get this one up because it's nearly perfect. Got a little burn going on it, just a little. And I'm probably brave to do this, but oh baby, that is perfection. That's a little big right there. I think I'll chop that one down. Try a little floret. Oh man. Spilled some. Oh my God, that is so good. So good. Real simple. If you're looking for the recipe, dump some florets in there, broccoli florets, dump some Brussels sprouts in there. Fry them in a frying pan. Put 3 eggs on them. You cook them in butter. I imagine butter would probably be pretty good too. I like butter, but I prefer to cook in olive oil. Oh, Mr. Coffee says have another cup. Who am I to argue today? Oh, Lordy. I'll do a shameless plug for this one. Today I'm having Tim Hortons coffee. Woohoo! The original blend. I think it's called. I can't see it. Medium blend. I did a little bit of research because I have a friend that has a coffee shop, and if you look on his website, if you go to a bean to go, and he's got two stores. He might be working on another one. I'm sure he is by now, but he roasts his own coffee, and I asked him. Yeah, original blend. I asked him which of his coffees had the most caffeine in it, and he didn't know, or he said he didn't know, because coffee is, I enjoy coffee, I drink coffee at home, but coffee's kind of a tool for me, so I use it to stay awake, sometimes, not so much anymore. Now, with this company that I'm working with now, they're pretty good, so I don't have to fight to stay awake anymore with the new laws and stuff like that, too. Kind of get in trouble if you are breaking the rules, so we don't break the rules near as much as we used to. Used to be, I'm going to bust out the toaster here, man, it's like a holiday. It used to be the cops, their job was to catch us, and And our job was to not get caught. And so, you know, I can remember days of driving down to Texas and the whole trip driving nonstop down except for stopping and taking a 4-hour nap. Well, you know, back then I was young and I felt good and I didn't need to stop and take the big long breaks. So I'd stop and take a 4-hour nap and I'd feel pretty good. And I'd be ready to go and I'd do it again. So now the government has a computer in my truck that tells me when I'm sleepy and when I need a break. And so I don't have to worry about that. Now I have to sit around, which gives me time to make these videos. Oh, the Lewis Hawaiian half loaf. This is like the greatest thing that ever happened, man, as far as I'm concerned. Pop her back up in the microwave here. I keep it up there because then I don't have to worry about it getting crushed while I'm traveling. Yeah, I'll just set that up there for right now. We got to have some toast with our breakfast, florets. It's still wonderful. I think I'll put just some regular salt on it. Got my little salt jar. I put rice in it. Probably this salt's probably, I should be scared of it because that rice has been in there for probably 5 or 6 years. Maybe time for some new rice. I spilled my coffee while I was moving stuff. Oh, that is so good, man. Tim Hortons. Now my buddy's shop, A Bean to Go, he's got some really good coffee. And he's got this roasting machine that looks like a something out of the 1800s, like a time machine or something, but it's got this infrared system in it that looks at the coffee. So he calls it a bean to go because in the Bible there's a little story about Shadrach, Meshach, and a bean to go, or Abednego, and they got thrown in a fire and they didn't get burned. And so that's what he calls his coffee shop, is, you know, a little play on words, a bean to go instead of Abednego, a bed. So anywho, as soon as we get some toast here, I'll get back to eating. I got enough here. Ooh. Woo. The smell of toast wafting through the truck. Now I leave the one toast in the toaster so it stays warm while I'm spreading the butter on this one. Good stuff, man. I'm hoping that little message that came across is my next load. Lord knows where I'm going next. I don't have a clue. That's the cool part of my job, because I have no idea where I'm going to be tomorrow. Most of the time. Alright. Let's do the dishes. Fresh as a daisy. I gotta get that salt out of the shot. That's bothering me. A little water. My toaster's not in there too bad, is it? Got something there. Alrighty. Now I'm gonna do my toast up. I got this honey. This is from Patriot Farms. I'll give you the shot there. Patriot Farms is my sister's. Her and her husband, they have an organic farm in Fenton, Michigan, and they process their own honey, or make their own honey. They don't make it, the bees make it. They have beehives. Old beehive. And little Austin Powers reference there. I don't know that there's any such thing as organic honey, because you can't control where the bees go. But they have all of the plants on their farm pesticides on their farm, so it's likely that there's, no pesticides in their honey also. Because I don't know that there's any other farms that close by. I don't know how far bees go, but if you saw their operation, there's plenty enough there for their bees. This is a little store brand, ground cinnamon. Cinnamon is supposed to help your body process sugar. So Paul Harvey, if you know who he is, he used to be on the radio. I used to listen to him. He was on at 8:20 in the morning, something like that. And then he was on from 11:40 till 5 after or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But anyway, Paul Harvey used to talk about eating cinnamon to help get your sugar regulated. So I always like to eat some cinnamon on my toast in the morning. Usually I make my toast and I get on the road and go and just eat it while I'm driving. But today I'm sharing my breakfast with you guys. So yay for you, huh? Yeah, the salt made a difference. A little bit. I think for the sheer volume of what we have here, I got to be careful this time because I'm not going to be stirring this up. That's the garlic salt again. Because I don't want no girls kissing me or nothing. That's serious stuff, man. It's so good. Well, I guess this is probably a good place to end this because I've run out of things to say. So let's make a little presentable picture of my breakfast. I could probably keep going. Oh yeah. Probably a healthy breakfast, I hope so, other than the bread. The bread and the honey's about the only thing good in this, and the cinnamon, but the bread is this Lewis, if you can find it, Lewis Hawaiian bread. Oh my God, is it good! And chicken, if you have some, like you go to the grocery store and they make those rotisserie chickens. Well, the Meyer is the name of the store that I go to, the chain, and they have they take their rotisserie chickens and if they don't sell by a certain time, they take them into a deli and they cut them up and they sell them in packages. So I buy that chicken every once in a while and put it on this Lewis bread with some Hellman's mayonnaise, a little salt and pepper. Oh my God, pepper for sure. But anyway, because there's probably more salt on there than I need. But man, what a combination. The bread is sweet, the honey is sweet, the cinnamon kind of gives it a great edge with the butter flavor. Highly recommend it if you can find it. And you gotta look for it. Well, let me get this down. You gotta look for it because they make 2 or 3 breads that are in similar color packaging. They have a red that's almost orange on a wheat bread that they have, or a multi-grain bread. I don't know what it is, but anyways, it looks the same. And one day I grabbed the wrong package and made a sandwich, and I took a bite, and it's like, man, this bread doesn't taste as good, because I was expecting it. It's still good bread, don't get me wrong, but they make rye bread, all different kinds of bread. But anyway, it was still good, but I was expecting it to be sweet, and it wasn't sweet. It was a little drier. But anyways, Lewis bread, Lewis Hawaiian bread in a half loaf. And it's cheap, man. It's like $1.68 because you're only buying half a loaf. You don't need, I'm just by myself. I make toast, occasional sandwich. So, half a loaf is perfect for me. It gets me through the whole week. So, on that happy note, I think I'm going to get going and get my mess cleaned up here so I can get rolling. I should be probably getting close to my time to drive again. So, anyways, well, you guys have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this. It was nice having breakfast with you again. Maybe we can do this again. Cook up something else later on. You know, not today, but you know, in the next few weeks, maybe we'll cook something else up. So, you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.